Monday, happy Easter. Thank you for joining me. For anyone I haven't had the opportunity to meet, my name is Liana, and today we're going to go through an all levels flow. So I always ask that you just welcome yourself as you are, leave your judgment at the door. You should be proud that you made time to show up on your mat today, so let's focus on that instead of pronouncing any judgment on our efforts. Just try to enjoy it. Take this as our moment to be present. Let's go ahead and begin on our backs, please. So take your time getting there, wherever you find the most comfort. You can take a traditional Shavasana if you'd like, legs extended long, arms by the sides, maybe palms up. And then if it feels good in your body, you also have the option to bring the soles of the feet together, allowing those knees to flare out wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. We're just going to be here for a few moments, allowing ourselves to settle in, to arrive on our mats. Taking a moment to allow yourself to arrive here, to be present, letting go of the day, anything that is yet to come. Just be here. Only for this next hour. Let's bring our attention towards our breath. Feeling your belly rise and fall with each inhale and exhale. Stick with that breath today. Allow it to guide you, remembering that the breath is the foundation of the entire practice. If you lose it, you can always come back to it, take a break, and then meet us when you're ready. We've got about 3 more breaths here. And then taking the transition slow, let's bring our knees into our chest. Take your time with it. Once you get there, maybe rocking left and right if it feels good on the body. And then again, finding stillness at center. We're going to replace our feet to the mat. Feet are about hip width distance. Walk your heels in close towards your glutes. Good way to measure is see if your fingertips can touch the back of the heels. Hands are by the sides, palms are face down, and on the inhale, lift your hips high, keep your chin at center. On your exhale, articulate your spine back to the mat. Take your time with it. Last thing to hit is that tailbone. Good. Inhale to lift the hips, bridge pose. Exhale as you lower. Finding your own flow here. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to lower. Let's each do about 2 more. Good, last one. Beautiful. Once your tailbone hits the mat, go ahead and keep it down. Let's take our feet out wider now. So wider than hip width, maybe even mat width. Your arms can come out wider and then drop your knees over to the right. Gaze can go left if it's okay for the neck. Nice little stretch in the outside of the hip. If you want a little bit more from this, you can lift the right foot, place it on top of the side of the left knee, adding some weight to that stretch on the side of the hip, side body. Breathe here. One more. Good. Replace the foot if it was lifted. Bring those knees back to center. Again, those feet are wide, and then drop the knees to the left. Option to stay right here. Option to lift left foot, place it on top of the side of the right knee. Gaze can go opposite direction of the knees if okay for the neck. Should feel great in the side of that hip. One more breath. Good. Replace the left foot if it was on the knee. Lift the knees to center. Hug them back to the chest. We're headed to seated however you choose. I like a little rock and roll on my spine to get there, but you can get there however you'd like. Once you get to seated, we're gonna try for cross-legged. If you're uncomfortable cross-legged or in the seated position, you can always elevate your hips sitting on a block or a bolster. So remember to honor your body today and take any modifications that are needed. On your inhale, reach your arms up and pause here. I want you to notice if your shoulders crept up towards your ears, and if so, let's go ahead and draw them away. Good, taking cactus arms now, pausing here. And when you're ready, we're gonna twist to the right, release that left hand to the outer edge of the right knee, right hand comes behind the back. We wanna maintain length in our spine, reaching the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And then on our exhale, maybe we twist a little bit further, taking the gaze over that right shoulder. Good, inhaling back to center, arms come back up. Notice if those shoulders crept up, and if so, let's draw them away. Cactus arms again, pausing here for a breath. When you're ready, we're taking our twist to the left, releasing that right hand to outer edge of the left knee. Left hand comes behind the back. We want to maintain that length in our spine, crown of the head to the ceiling. And on the exhale, we'll take our gaze over our left shoulder. One more breath. Good, let's inhale back to center, arms back up. We're in a cross-legged position, and on our exhale, we're gonna hinge forward and fold. The sensation you feel should be towards the outer edge of the hip, so if for any reason it's painful, just don't take it as far. Remember in yoga, we never want pain or sharpness. Maybe discomfort, but no pain. Beautiful, next inhale, we're gonna rise, and just to even out those hips, let's switch whatever leg was on top, back to that cross-legged position. Inhale, arms up, don't let those shoulders creep, and on the exhale, hinge and fold. One more breath. Good, on your next inhale, we'll rise, and we're headed to tabletop. You do have the option to roll over the knees to get there, or however you choose. Hands come directly underneath shoulders, knees come directly underneath hips, and fingers are spread wide. Pointer finger is parallel to the side of your mat. Beginning with some cat-cow, on the inhale, drop your belly, lift the chin and chest. And on the exhale, chin to chest, navel to spine as you round. Taking it at your pace, your breath, inhaling cow, exhaling cat. In this sequence, this is just intended as a warm-up, bringing some mobility to your spine. So any organic movement your body might prefer, feel free to take it. Some might prefer rolling the hips or taking that C curve in the spine, looking left and right. Again, just bringing mobility and fluid in before we get going. Let's each go one more breath. And then let's meet back at that neutral tabletop position. We're headed to thread the needle, shoulder stretch. So on the inhale, right arm will lift up, gaze up. And on the exhale, thread through right shoulder, and then maybe that cheek come down to the mat. This might be where you stay, or maybe you walk your left hand forward. You can even bring that left hand around the small of the back. The half bind would be left fingertips to right thigh. We're here for a breath. Good, left hand comes back underneath left shoulder, press into palm. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale yourself back to table. Good, let's do the same thing other side. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, thread through left shoulder and maybe temple or cheek down to the mat. Maybe right hand stays where it is, or you can walk it forward, maybe around the small of the back, maybe that half bind, right fingertips, left thigh. One more breath. Good, right hand back underneath right shoulder, press into palm, inhale, left arm up, exhale yourself back to tabletop. From table, step your right foot back, tuck your toes, press through your heel, and take a moment to enjoy this calf stretch. Press through the heel, reach through the crown of the head. You can even roll back and forward if it feels good. Good, now engage your lower abdomen, slight little tuck of that pelvis, and then lift your right leg so that it's parallel to the mat. We just have a static hold here. And then we're gonna bring our right foot over to the left, tuck our toes, press through our heel and gaze over our left shoulder. Beautiful, we're releasing that foot down and around and pausing in line with our left knee. So I'll face you so you can see it. Option to grab a knee pad if you have sensitivity here. And on your inhale, reach your arms up. On your exhale, right hand to right leg, left arm will reach, gaze can go up. Nice stretch in that side body. Inhale back up, left palm plants, right arm lifts. Maybe this is where you stay, maybe you lift that right leg. Your choice, your practice. One more breath. Good, exhale, release the foot if it was lifted. Inhale those arms back up, and on the exhale, we're gonna hinge and fold. So maybe to palms, maybe to forearms, or maybe our hips drop towards our heel. That's all gonna depend on your anatomy, your body, and what feels good. So don't push it. Remember, nothing sharp. One more breath. Good, slowly let's make our way back to tabletop, and we're gonna do that exact same sequence on the other side. Left foot will step back, you'll tuck your toe and press through your heel, enjoying a nice calf stretch. Reaching through the crown of the head for that spinal extension. Drawing your navel towards your spine. Find the engagement in your core, and then lift your left leg parallel to the mat. Pause here. And then left foot comes over the right, tuck toes, press through heel, and gaze over right shoulder. Good, release that foot down and around. Pause in line with that right knee, and on the inhale, reach up. Beautiful, exhale, left hand to left leg, right arm will reach, gaze is up, nice side body stretch. And on your inhale, back up, right palm plants, left arm lifts. I want you to feel comfortable to stay here. If you'd like to challenge yourself with a little core strength and balance, you can lift that left leg. Continue to breathe. And if the leg was lifted, go ahead and replace it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold to whatever degree is comfortable in your body. Maybe palms, maybe forearms, maybe hips towards heel. Good, slowly releasing yourself back to tabletop. Take your time with it. Check back in with your hands and make sure your fingers are spread wide, weights distributed through the whole hand. Tuck the toes, lift the hips to the sky. First down dog of the practice. Take your time, get cozy here, pedal it out, bending knees left and right, hips high. Remembering always the goal of this posture is elongating, decompressing the spine. So if your heels don't hit the mat, please don't worry about that. Instead, let's focus on that long spine, even if that means knees bent. Let's all together bend our knees dramatically. And on our inhale, shoot forward to a plank. Anything involving plank today, you're welcome to drop your knees. So that modification is always available, anything involving plank. So feel free to have knees down if you're in the full expression. Crown of the head is pulling forward as you're pressing through those heels. Let's bend our knees dramatically again, and then shoot forward to a plank. Option to drop knees. We're gonna do this 2 more times together. Bend those knees. Take yourself forward to a plank. Last one. Hold in the plank, static hold, 3 breaths. You can do this. 2 more. And on your next exhale, pull your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Looking between hands, bend knees. We're gonna walk it forward to ragdoll. Feet are hip width. Torso falls down towards the thigh. Let the head and neck go. You can sway left and right if it feels good. You can bring hands to opposite elbows if it feels good. Maybe shake out that head. Should feel great in the back of those legs. Settling into center, let's take a slight micro bend in our knees, and we're gonna roll up slow. When you get to the top, shoulders draw away from those ears. Crown of the head is tall. Hands by the sides, palms face forward, Tadasana mountain pose. On your inhale, arms will reach up. And on your exhale, hinge, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Fingertips can come to shins. Crown of the head pulls forward. Exhale, plant your palms. Step yourself to plank. For this first one, let's all lower all the way down to our bellies. Elbows will hug and narrow. Take it slow. Untuck the toes when you get there. Let's do a few cobras to start with our back bends. Hands on outer edges of ribs, elbows hug in, shoulders out of ears. Inhale, heart forward and up. Small cobras here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, lower. Last one. Beautiful. We're headed to down dog. Challenge option is to hug the elbows in, tuck toes, one strong board, press yourself to plank, and then hinge back. However you choose, make yourself or make your way to downward facing. Looking between hands, bend the knees. Let's make our way forward, stepping, hopping. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale to fold. And on your inhale, let's rise. Arms up, gaze up. On the exhale today, we're taking cactus, lifting our heart and our gaze. Good. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant palms, step it back. Taking this first vinyasa slow. Inhale, shift the shoulders forward. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Bend the elbows to hug the ribs. Good. Inhale, heart forward and up. Cobra or up dog. Be mindful that your shoulders haven't sunken into your ears. Tuck the toes, hinge at the hips, downward facing. So for anyone newer to this practice, we refer to that as a vinyasa or the flow. Remember, you can always skip it and hinge directly to down dog or child's pose. From here, release your right hand and reach it towards your left ankle or shin. If you can't reach, don't worry. Get as close as you can. You can always press into the mat as well. Replace the right hand to the top of the mat, left hand to right ankle or shin. One more breath. Good, looking between the hands, release that left hand, look between the hands, bend the knees, step or hop forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, back to cactus, lift the heart and the gaze. Good, inhale, arms back up. One more, exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant palms, step or hop back, chaturanga dandasana as you lower. Inhale, heart forward and up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing, pausing for a few breaths. And we're gonna head to that same stretch. Right hand towards left ankle. Maybe shin. Good, replace the right palm front of mat. Left hand, right ankle or shin. Good, replace the left palm front of mat. Bend the knees, look between the hands, step or hop forward. Inhaling, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, hold here. We're gonna come directly to chair pose. Drop your bottom, and I'll meet you in chair. My biggest challenge in chair is remembering to find that tilt in the pelvis so that the tailbone is facing down. So check that out. Check out the feet. If you can't see the toes, pull the knees back, and then arms up if you're able. Make sure that the shoulders don't creep towards the ears. They could also be forward. We're gonna head towards a twist in chair, so hands will come to the heart. Option one, I'm gonna face you. You can just take your gaze and torso right. Option two, left elbow, right knee, hands at center of chest. Option three, if you'd like, you can open those arms. You choose. Good, on the inhale, let's make it to center. We're still in our chair, we're headed to the other side. So maybe just gaze and torso left, maybe right elbow, left knee, hands at center of chest, maybe arms open, your choice. Weights towards the back of those feet in the heel, and try not to let that right knee creep forward. One more strong inhale. And on your exhale, fold, release, let the head go. Give yourself a moment to regain your breath if you lost it. Remember, everything today, let it be guided with your breath. Doesn't have to be at an exact pace of my cue, but instead, your breath. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant palms, step back. Option for vinyasa, option to skip. Beautiful. Headed towards Anjaneyasana. Inhale, right leg will lift. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Back knee will drop and we'll untuck our toes. Inhale, arms up. Anjaneyasana. Pausing here. Good, exhale, replace the hands to the mat. Left palm will plant, right arm will lift, gaze will go up. Okay, we're all tucking our back toes today to engage our back leg. Pause here for a breath. And then we're gonna head towards a challenging transition to Vashisthasana side plank. So rolling to the outer edge of the left foot. Option one, you can step your right foot halfway for a modified side plank or all the way to Vashisthasana. Hips are high, gaze can be up or down. Strong inhale. And on the exhale, right palm to the mat. Option to lower for a vinyasa, option to skip. We're all meeting in downward facing dog. Couple breaths when you get there. Check in with your hands or your fingers wide. Good, inhale, left leg will lift. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Back knee's gonna drop, untuck the toes. Inhale, arms up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Continuing to tuck that tailbone down towards the mat, really feeling that opening in the front of that right hip flexor and hip. Good, exhale, hands to the mat. Right palm will plant, left arm will lift, gaze will go up. You can always have a block underneath that right palm to allow for some length. All right, everyone together today, tucking the back toes, engage the back leg. Gaze will stay up. If it's not okay for the neck, gaze can be down. Headed towards that transition, rolling to the outer edge of the right foot. Remember, option one, step it halfway. Option two, step it all the way. Side plank. Hips will stay high. Remember your strength. 2 breaths. And on the exhale, left palm to the mat. Maybe you take the vinyasa, maybe you skip. We're all gonna meet in downward facing. Couple of breaths. Good, inhale, right leg back up. Exhale, step it through. Drop the back knee once more, untuck the toes. We're gonna head to a half split. So straighten the front leg, and you might want blocks or support on either side of the leg. You're gonna try to pull the right hip in line with the left, pressing your tailbone out but your heart forward. So instead of rounding in this, continue to pull your heart forward. Foot is flexed, toes coming in towards the shin to really target the back of the leg. One more breath. Good, bend that right knee now. Walk the hands forward. We're gonna heel toe our right foot out, so we're in lizard pose. So your hands come to the inside of the right foot. You may wanna stay on your palms. You may wanna drop to your forearms. And if you're somewhere in between those two and you have a block at home, you can always bring a block to the forearms. Let the head go here. Lizard pose, creating a compression in that right lower abdomen and hip joint, allowing blood and oxygen to flow to the area, and then creating a stretch or a tension in that left hip flexor. Good, slowly let's make our way back towards our palms. Heel toe that foot back to center, hands will frame the foot. Tuck the back toes to engage the back leg. Option to lower, chaturanga, go through the vinyasa. Option to skip. Couple breaths once you get to downward facing. Good, inhale, left leg will lift. Exhale, step it through. Drop the back knee, untuck toes. We're headed towards that half split. So straighten that front leg. You can walk the hands in towards the body. Think about pulling left hip in line with right. Pressing tailbone out, but heart forward for that nice long spine. So trying not to round so much here. Continue to pull the heart forward. Foot is flexed, targeting the back of the leg. One more breath. Good, bend the left knee, walk the hands forward, and then heel toe the left foot out. Hands are on the inside of the foot. Back to lizard we go. So maybe you're on your palms, maybe you're on your forearms, or maybe you're in between. Let the head go here. There's no need to carry any tension in your neck. Now the compression is in our left lower abdomen, left hip, and the stretch or tension is in the right hip flexor. Two more breaths. Slowly, let's make it back to our palms. Heel toe that foot back to center, hands frame the foot. Tuck the back toes to engage the back leg. Really think when you step that foot back that you're doing it with control. So you're not flinging it back. Feel the engagement in your core. Step it back lightly. Option to lower for vinyasa, option to skip. Good, headed towards a high crescent lunge. Inhale, right leg will lift up. Exhale, step it through between the hands. We're all staying on the ball of our back foot, taking a moment to gain stability and reaching our arms up. Again, tailbones facing down. Feel that opening in the front of the left hip. We're headed towards a balance challenge, heading to a standing march. It can be as many steps as you'd like. When you're ready, we'll meet with our left knee lifted, left foot flexed, crown of the head reaching to the ceiling, standing march. With control, let's take it back to our lunge. Take your time with it. If you land in a stance that doesn't feel right in your body, you can always adjust it, so please listen to your body. We're going to try that together one more time. When you're ready, as many steps as you need, left knee up. We're adding on here, so take your time with it, be patient with yourself. Headed to a twist. Woo, easier said than done. Right hand to outer edge of left knee, left arm back. If you feel good here and you want to add on, right hand to outer edge of left foot as you extend. Honor your body. And notice how I lost the length of my spine when I went for that second option, so I'm going to choose option one. You want to prioritize the length in the spine. Good, on your inhale, let's head back to center, arms back up, and on your exhale, back to your lunge. Give yourself a moment to regain that stability. Arms will come out to a T. Flip your palms up, and then bring your thumbs in towards each other as you lift your heart and your gaze. Feel the opening in the chest, open the throat. One more strong inhale. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. Good, right foot steps back to meet left. Maybe vinyasa, maybe skip. Give yourself a couple breaths once you get to downward facing. And headed to high crescent lunge, other side. Inhale, left leg will lift. Exhale, take it through between the hands, staying on the ball of the back foot. We'll lift up. Again, give yourself time. Find your stability, find your breath. Maybe locate a drishti, a focal point. And when you're ready, as many steps as it takes you, right knee up, standing march. Notice if your shoulders crept towards your ears again, draw them away. And then with control, we'll head to our lunge. Take your time. Again, if your stance doesn't feel right, you can always adjust. This is your practice. I'm only a guide. We're going to try that together one more time. As many steps as you need, right knee up. So maybe you step forward first and then up. Adding that twist. So option one, left hand, outer edge of right knee, right arm back. Option two, left hand, outer edge of right foot as you extend. Try to maintain the length in the spine here. Try not to dump the weight into the hip. Engage your core and pull yourself out of that left hip. Good, inhale, we're headed back to center, arms up. Pause here, one more breath. And when you're ready, let's make it back to our lunge. At this point, the modification would be dropping the right knee. Arms are gonna come out to a T, palms come up, thumbs towards each other, lift the heart and the gaze, open the throat. Continue to breathe. And on your exhale, release the hands to the mat. Left foot will step back to meet right. Option for vinyasa, option to skip, but when you're done, we're meeting in child's pose, knees to the mat, hips to the heels. Knees can be wide or together. More traditionally, they're together, releasing the lower back, but also wide with big toes touching is really nice for the hips. You choose. Regaining your breath, maybe returning to your intention if you set one. What brought you to your mat? What motivates you for this practice today? Maybe focusing today on gratitude. Whatever it is, let it bring you focus. Let it bring you strength. Walking the hands over to the right, but keeping the hips down towards the heels. Reach through those fingertips on your inhale, and on your exhale, pull the hips towards the heels. Feel that stretch in the side body, maybe even pressing into your left palm, feeling that expansion. And then inhale yourself back to center, other side. Walk the hands to the left, continuing to pull that right hip down. And then maybe press into that right palm, feeling that expansion in the side body. Good, inhale yourself back to center. Remember this space, it's available to you at any time. Inhale, back to tabletop. Pause here. Bring those knees back to hip width. Fingers are as wide as you can get them. Tuck the toes, but hover the knees and hover the shins. So we're not quite headed to down dog just yet. We're gonna build a little bit of strength. Core is engaged. Try to dome slightly in your upper back. Shoulder blades are separating so you're not dumping the weight into the shoulders. You're here for 2 more breaths. You got this. And on your next exhale, allow your core to pull your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Headed to warrior 2. Inhale, right leg will lift. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Back foot's gonna come parallel to the back of the mat, and we will cartwheel up, warrior 2. Let's all flip our palms. Inhale, reach up and straighten our leg, gaze up. Exhale, back to warrior 2. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Settle into your lunge. Full expression would be knee over ankle, but again, honor your body. So if that doesn't feel right in the hips, you don't need to take it that deep. Just wherever you're at in your lunge though, commit to it. Stick with it. Right palm will flip, right arm will reach back. Left hand can rest lightly on that back leg, or it can come around the small of the back. Half bind would be left fingertips to right thigh. Gazing at the ceiling, peaceful warrior, reverse warrior. Good, inhale yourself back to warrior 2, and then straighten your front leg. We're headed to Trikonasana triangle. You always have the option to shorten the stance slightly if you'd like. Check out that tailbone, make sure it's facing down, reach it forward, and then let's rotate. Option to stay here, challenge option today, left hand around the small of the back, left fingertips to right thigh as that right arm reaches forward. If you choose this option, make sure you have not dumped the weight into your hips so that your core is engaged. You're continuing to reach out of those hips. One more strong inhale. And on the exhale, release the hands to frame the front foot. So you're headed towards pyramid pose. Again, depending on your anatomy, you may need to shorten your stance significantly, so feel free. Front toes face forward. Back toes can be out a little bit diagonally, but just like we did in our half split, try to pull your right hip in line with your left and reaching the heart forward, not just down, so you don't need to round here. Remember, pain's never okay in yoga, so if it's sharp, bend the knee as much as you need or a couple blocks surrounding that leg. One more breath. Good. Hands are going to come to the inside of the right foot now, and we're going to rotate into passerina, wide leg forward fold. You may want to re-widen your stance if you shortened it. Hinge at the hips and allow gravity to take you. Let the head go. There's always a block if you can't quite reach the floor. Honor your body, your practice. Good. Let's all walk our hands towards the right foot. If you can, left hand to right ankle, right arm up. If you can't reach, left hand can just be in the mat by the right foot. What we want to do is maintain that we're active. So not dumping in the shoulders, but really reaching like you want to touch the ceiling. Core is engaged. Good. Exhale, release. Walk those hands through center. Same concept. Right hand to left ankle, left arm up. This is active, so actively reach, core engagement. If you can't reach the ankle, right hand can be in the mat by the foot. Good. On the exhale, let it go. Let's bring our hands to our hips, a slight micro bend on our knees. We're going to hinge up slow. We're headed to goddess pose. So heels in, toes out. Think about tucking your hips forward, but pressing your knees outward, and then sitting down. Maybe a wide cactus with the arms. Challenge option, you can come to the balls of the feet. If you need a little more support, your hands can be at your heart or even at your thighs. One more breath, you got this. Beautiful, straighten those legs, give them a brief break. Feet are gonna come back to parallel, toes will face forward. This time hands are coming behind the back. Interlace your hands if you're able. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back, look up, reach your heart towards the ceiling as that fist presses down towards the mat. On your exhale, hinge at your hips and fold. And then your hands may naturally draw away from your back and gravity takes them down. If they stay on your back, that's probably where they're meant to be. Don't push the rotation in your shoulder joint right here. Let the head go. Good. On the exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Let's walk our hands towards our right foot. Pivot so that you're in a runner's lunge. Bend the right knee, hands frame the foot. We're going to build some strength in the lower body now. So, option to just tense your hands and peel your navel off your thigh. What you want is not for your thigh to become a shelf for your whole torso. So engage off that thigh. Challenge option would be releasing the hands behind you, palms up, lifting both the navel and the chest off the thigh, reaching the crown of the head forward as your fingertips reach towards the back of the room. Really feel the energy in those fingertips. Spread your fingers wide. Think about what you're radiating, what kind of energy you're feeling. And let's make it something positive today. Some compassion, some self-acceptance, some gratitude. Next, exhale, release those hands to the mat. Right foot will step back to me left. Remember, with control, don't fling it back. Step it back lightly. Option for that vinyasa, option to skip. I'll meet you in down dog. Beautiful, headed directly to warrior two. Inhale, left leg will lift. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Cartwheel those arms up, back foot drops parallel to back of the mat. Warrior two. I'm gonna flip around here, just so I can see you, you can see me. All right, let's ease into this large hip opening. Flip your palms, inhale, reach up, straighten your leg, gaze up. Exhale yourself back, warrior two, one more time, inhale up. Exhale down. Beautiful, settle into that lunge wherever you're at. Try to commit to it, knee over ankle. Left palm will flip, left arm will reach back. Right hand can rest lightly on back leg, maybe around the small of the back. Maybe that half bind on this side. Peaceful or reverse warrior. Good, inhale yourself back to warrior two and straighten your front leg. You'll always have the option to shorten the stance slightly. Make sure your tailbone's not kicking out, so think that you're pressed between two panes, two bookends, all right? Headed to triangle, reach forward, and then rotate. Try not to dump the weight in your hips. You're releasing yourself out by that engagement in your core. Challenge option on this side, right hand around the small of the back, left hand forward. But if you feel the weight dumping in the hips, please don't choose this option. You can always have support of a block. But if your hand's on the leg or the block, just try not to have too much weight in that hand. That's where the core work is coming in. Continue to breathe. Now on your exhale, release your hands to frame your foot. Shorten your stance as much as you need for pyramid pose. So you can hop that back foot in, honor your body. Remember, we all were gifted with different anatomy. So listen to it. The sooner we learn to listen to our bodies, the sooner our bodies will thank us. Think about pulling left hip in line with right, pulling heart forward. Good, and then let's walk our hands towards the inside of our left foot, rotate towards our wide leg, forward fold. You can re-widen the stance. If you shorten it, hinge at the hips, let gravity take you. And we're gonna do something different on this side. So let's all inhale, half lift, and gaze at our feet. You want your heels to come in now and your toes to flare out. As we bend our right knee in line with our right toes, we're headed towards a side lunge. So you might barely bend, and if it feels intense in the side or inside of that left leg, stay up high. If you can make it down without any pain, you're welcome to come all the way down. Just please don't allow for pain. Tricep or elbows on the inside of the right knee if you'd like. You can take hands to the heart. You could also take a bind, wrapping that right arm around the knee, left hand behind you. So choose the option that works for you. Again, stay up as high as you need. Maybe there's a block and you're just barely bent in that right knee. That's perfectly fine. All right, we're gonna be headed towards the left. Challenge option would be to use the strength of the legs to get to the left. The modified option would be use support of the hands to get to the left. So you choose the option that works for you. Maybe hands stay down on the mat, maybe they're on a block. Breathe into whatever sensations you're feeling as long as those sensations are not sharp. Good, hands are gonna come back to center and we're gonna come back to our wide leg forward fold. Let it all go, you can shake out the head if you'd like. We're skipping goddess on this side, so just walk your hands towards your front left foot now. Rotate, pivot, bend in that knee, hands frame the foot. Building that strength in the lower body. Maybe tense your hands, peel your navel off your thigh. Peel your navel in towards your spine. Option 2, arms are back. Crown of the head reaches forward, fingers wide. Feel the energy in those fingertips. Choose what you're putting out into the world today. And let's be sure to make it something positive. We all could use a little positivity. On your exhale, release the hands to the mat. Remember, let's feel the control of our core. Left foot back, lightly. Option for chaturanga, going through the vinyasa. Option to skip. I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Good. We are headed towards Malasana Yogi Squat. So we're looking between our hands, bending our knees, but instead of bringing our feet in between the hands, we're gonna take them to the outside of the hands. So you can step or hop, feet to the outside of the hands, and I'll face you, Malasana Yogi Squat. Elbows are on the inside of those knees, hands are at the heart. If this is very uncomfortable or painful, you can sit on a block to raise those hips, or you can stay up high with your elbows in your thighs. Again, honor your body. Crown of the head is tall. We're gonna build a little bit of strength in our quadriceps here. So on the exhale, lift the hips and the crown of the head will come forward. And on the inhale, drop back down to Malasana. Try that 2 more times. Exhale, crown of the head forward. Inhale, back to Malasana. Last one, exhale. Inhale, sit it down. Crown of the head stays tall. I want you to imagine roots coming from your feet through your mat into the ground. Really feel grounded. We're gonna root to rise. I want you to take this at your pace. It can be a lot for blood pressure. So pressing into those feet, lift up, inhale, arms up. Exhale, back to Malasana. We're gonna try that 2 more times. Feel rooted in those feet, root to rise. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, yogi squat. Last one, press into the feet, inhale up. Exhale down. Couple Couple more breaths here. And there's not a super graceful way to do this, but we're just gonna end on our bottoms. So maybe challenge yourself to take it lightly, get to your bottom, good. We're gonna extend our legs now towards the front of the mat. Take as much time as you need. You can always grab water, towel off. Feet are flexed in towards you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold forward, reaching the heart forward first. So we're leading with our chest. And then you can let the head and neck go. And if you can't reach the feet, please don't worry about it. Maybe you grab ankles or shins. Good, inhale those arms, or inhale yourself back up, excuse me. And then let's take our legs wide. Readjust, make sure you feel rooted in your mat. And then we'll bend forward to begin. Don't allow for pain. Slight hinge might be enough for you. Keeping those shoulders squared towards the floor, let's walk our hands over towards the right leg. And then you guys have options today. You can stay squared off, or you can open up your chest for more of a side body stretch. So you choose. You can square off over the leg or side body. If you chose side body, re-square those shoulders. Let's walk it through center, other side. Walk it towards the left leg here. And then same option, if you'd like to open up in the chest for more of a side body, you can do that, or you can stay squared towards the leg. Good, let's walk it back to center, and then rise up. Feel free to use the support of your hands to bring your legs back together, and then I like shaking them out, bringing some circulation back in. All right, we're all gonna bend our knees, feet are in the mat. We're gonna be in a seated cat for a moment. So lean back on your exhale and allow your chin to come towards your chest. Nice round spine. And on your inhale, lift your chest towards your knees. So please notice how long your spine feels right now, and then that will stay our priority as we head to Navasana boat pose. So leaning back on those sits bones, you can start with hands behind the thighs if you'd like. Keep that chest lifted, long spine. Maybe you just hover the feet, you're engaging your core, and that's enough. You can take the feet to a 90. You can extend the arms out. You can extend the legs, but if you notice you're compromising your spine by doing that, pick the one that allows you to keep that long, straight spine. Continue to breathe, building strength in our core. And then bringing the soles of the feet together, replace the feet to the mat, knees out wide, heart forward for our little butterfly or cobbler's pose. Good, with control, let's head back to our boat pose, knees together, lift those feet, maybe just hover them. Maybe hands behind the thighs. Most support, you can even bring your hands to the mat. And then one more time, soles of the feet together, drop them to the mat, hinge forward with that heart. Good, back to boat. Last one, knees together, lift the feet. And then go ahead and replace your feet to the mat. We're headed to our backs. You have the option to challenge yourself to take it slow. Maybe hands are behind the thighs or arms are forward as you slowly roll yourself down. Good, once you get down, knees will stay facing up, feet are in the mat. We're headed to a reclined pigeon pose. So right ankle over left knee. This might be where you stay. If you'd like, you can thread through, grabbing the back of the left thigh or left shin. But if you thread and it's forcing your head and your back off the mat, I suggest choose the option that allows you to keep your head and back on the mat. So we're just focusing on that hip stretch. If you want a little bit more, you can gently press that right thigh out or that right knee out. Go ahead and release and switch sides. Left ankle over right knee. Maybe that's where you stay, maybe you thread through. Good, next exhale, replace the left foot to the mat. Knees are still facing up, just like how we started. Take the feet out about mat width. Arms can come out wide. Let's drop our knees to the right. So we need to start with our feet wide in order to create that stagger in the knee. Gaze can go left. Option to stay here, option to lift the right foot, place it on top of the side of the left knee, adding weight to that stretch. Please don't choose this option if it creates any strong discomfort or pain. Good, go ahead and replace the right foot if it was on the knee. Inhale those knees to center, exhale other side, same options on this side. You can lift that left foot, place it on top of the side of the right knee if it feels good. And if it doesn't, there is no need. Good, let's inhale back to center. Knees are gonna come in the chest. Option to keep them in the chest or head to happy baby. Modified happy baby, you can just spread those knees wide and grab the shins and hug in, or grab the outer edges of the feet. Option to rock left and right if it feels good. You wanna continue to press your sacrum into the mat, so try not to let it lift too much. Feet are flexed like you're stamping the ceiling. And if you chose happy baby, knees back in, everyone giving themselves their last hug of gratitude. Really take a moment to thank yourself for showing up on your mat, taking time for this home practice today. When you're ready, let's release to our final resting posture of Shavasana. I encourage you to take as much time as you need to get comfortable here. Of all the postures you've done this morning, this one is by far the most important and also sometimes the most challenging. Just allowing yourself to be still. But with that challenge, you're allowing your body and your mind to reap the rewards of this last hour. So scan the body. Really acknowledge, be honest with yourself, anywhere you're still carrying tension in both body and mind. Be patient to your restlessness. Be kind to your body. And try to release or let go of any of that tension you still carry. Unclench your jaw. Release any furrow between your eyebrows. Go as far as trying to soften behind the eyes, your eyelids. Feeling that earth underneath you support you. For you, those of you at home that would like a long Shavasana, feel free to mute me now or turn me off. For all others, we'll begin to bring some awareness back into our bodies. wiggling our fingers and our toes. Maybe rolling out our ankles or our wrists. And at your pace, reaching arms overhead, just like a good morning stretch. Stretching from end to end, from your toes, up your entire body, out your fingertips. Curling up, closing in, knees will make their way towards the chest as we roll to either side in the fetal position, using your bicep as a pillow and your other palm placed into the floor in front of you. Pausing here for these final moments of stillness. I want to take a moment to acknowledge everyone who is trying right now. Trying to do the right thing, trying to stay open, trying to hold on, trying to let go. To find their flow, to stay afloat, to meet each new day, to find their balance. Trying to love themselves, trying new things and new ways. I see you. I'm there too. We're in this together. Pressing into your palm, let's make our way back towards that comfortable seated position. And if you feel comfortable, I'd encourage you to keep your eyes closed. Let's all inhale those arms up one last time, grabbing whatever we need more of in our hearts today, and then exhale, bring those hands to the heart. Maybe pressing the backs of the thumbs into the chest, feeling the heartbeat within you. And taking that as an opportunity, a reminder to be grateful for each new day. I want to thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Take one more moment to thank yourself for investing into you. I truly believe we are better to those we love when we take some time to love ourselves. Together, let's seal our practice with Namaste. Namaste.